Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Before we get into today's episode, I have to tell you about Daily Harvest. If you are not aware about Daily Harvest, listen up. Daily Harvest makes it super easy for you to add fruits and vegetables to your day. As you know, I am one to promote a fruit or a vegetable at most meals because it's going to make you feel good and it's going to give you the nutrients that you need. Now, sometimes adding fruits and vegetables can be easy, but there's other times we don't feel like washing, cutting, prepping, chopping, cooking, all the things. So it's really super convenient when you have this stuff in your freezer that also tastes good. The best part about Daily Harvest is not only do they use a variety of fruits and vegetables, they also include some sort of a unique ingredient that, to be honest, I'm not usually one to purchase or buy just because they're kind of hard to find or the price point's too high. So it's really great that amongst these fruits and vegetables, they have other really cool nutrient dense ingredients that maybe I wouldn't be, keen to try on my own, but it tastes really good inside of these products. So with that said, they have smoothies, harvest bowls, flatbreads, soups, and more. I have not tried something yet that I did not like. They are super convenient. You can leave them in your freezer. They don't go bad. They're super fresh, super delicious. And like I said, a super easy way. Did I say super a lot? A super easy way for you to get in the nutrients, the flavors, and all of the balanced items that you need. So if you have not tried Daily Harvest yet, make sure you go to the link in my show notes or just go to dailyharvest.com and put in Tips with Tony at checkout for $40 off your first box of Daily Harvest. So go to the link in the show notes, use Tips with Tony at checkout for $40 off your first box. Enjoy! Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. Today we are talking about summer is coming. Do you have your bikini body yet? Do you feel are you ready to shred? Are you going to work on your six-pack? These are the messages that are out there right now. They're quite toxic. And if you are feeling pressure to shed for summer, or shedding for the wedding, or to drop crazy amounts of weight to get ready for your vacation, or you're going to go to an event, and maybe it's a high school reunion, and you're going to see people you haven't seen in years, or maybe you're going to go see some friends that you haven't seen since COVID. Whatever it is that's coming up for you, and you're feeling anxious and worried that you're going to have to show your arms, show your legs, maybe wear the shorts, maybe wear the bathing suit, maybe wear the tank top, whatever body part you feel insecure about that maybe in the winter, you're able to hide and you're able to cover up. And you can stay covered, but wearing long sleeves and pants in the summer, super uncomfortable. Not necessary. Today's episode is going to be pretty powerful because I want you to know that you have the opportunity now to see things and to view things differently. That verbiage, summer is coming, it's time to get ready for the summer, lose max amount of weight so you can look good in a bathing suit. If these things are triggering you, if these things are causing a lot of anxiety in you, I need you to take a breath, maybe two, and I need you to listen to me. This whole concept of getting ready, it needs to go out of the toilet. It needs to go in the toilet. It needs to go into the garbage. It needs to go in the toilet. It needs to go away. This whole idea of getting ready is playing into this idea. It's like leading into those extremes, right? Because if we feel that sense of urgency and anxiety from a place of shame or guilt or that feeling of we're not enough, it's going to forever feel like it's not enough. It's going to be an empty chase, an exhausting chase. And you're probably going to engage in behaviors that are going to produce short-term results. And then you'll just be right back here next summer, or even in the middle of the summer. So this is your reminder that there's no perfect time to start, but when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I mean that coming from a balanced, healthy mindset. I also know that those messages that are pressuring you to lose weight really quickly or to tell you that you're not enough and you need to change and that in order for you to look good in a bathing suit, you need to have a six-pack and all these things that you're seeing and hearing. They might also be saying things like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. However, my interpretation of that is different, and I hope that after listening to today's episode, your interpretation of that can be different. All right? Let's just picture this for a second. Imagine not having to have crazy anxiety or feel the need to have to skip meals or to go on a detox or to quote unquote only eat fruits and vegetables or only drink water or whatever it is that you decide to put yourself on because, next week you're going to a bridal shower and you're going to see people that are usually judgmental about their bodies, or maybe you're criticizing yourself because your body's not where you want it to be and you usually compare yourself to other people. Right? If you are currently in that thought process, I need you to imagine a time when you didn't actually have to change your body and get, quote unquote, get ready for the event. And instead, the term of get ready really just means going shopping for the present that you need to bring to that party. Getting ready might be clearing your schedule so you can go there. Getting ready might be coordinating a carpool. Getting ready could be planning your Uber ride. Getting ready could be packing your suitcase. No longer is getting ready included in that getting ready is trying to drastically change everything about yourself in order to feel like you are worthy of being there or showing up. We're done with that, okay? Now, we might have moments or seasons where we might be a little bit more mindful and a little bit more intentional because maybe things have gotten away from us. But the reality is that if you are committed to a balanced lifestyle and you develop healthy habits and you are just someone who feels good inside and out, well, you no longer have to get ready because you will be ready and you are ready. Okay? So I am going to teach you in this podcast episode, I'm going to teach you 3 things that you can do year-round, every day, all day, every day, so that you stay ready instead of feeling like you have to get ready. All right? So listen up, this is going to be a good one. All right, first things first, I kind of already mentioned it. We really want to focus on building healthy habits. We are what we repeatedly do, and anything we do temporarily will only produce temporary results. So if you want to create long-term sustainable change and you don't want to feel the need to have to quote unquote start again, well, you're going to want to focus on making small changes to your daily routine. So do not underestimate the quote unquote little things like drinking more water or adding in 10 extra minutes of sleep to your nighttime routine. When you take that gradual approach to improving your health, you're going to be much more likely to stick to those habits long term. Okay, so number 1, focus on building healthy habits. Before you start something, like anytime you start something new, it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be hard. But when you focus on the small things, those little things, it actually starts to be easier. And because it's easier, now you start to build momentum. And now you're no longer waiting on motivation to start. You're just always doing the thing. So make a habit of drinking enough water. Make a habit of when you go to the grocery store, you pick up fruits and vegetables. Make a habit of when you build your plate, you try to incorporate a complex carb, a protein, a fat, and a fruit or a vegetable. Make a habit of creating a morning or evening routine and trying to go to sleep around the same time or getting adequate amount of sleep each day. Make a habit of exercise regimen that you enjoy, right? Make it a habit so that it doesn't feel like it requires maximum amounts of effort in order for you to keep getting the results that you're putting in to get those in return. Really, those small gradual changes do build up, and in time, you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I have accomplished a lot. I'm like a new person. And cool, you will be. You'll be the same person, just extra. But like one of Jen Gottlieb, she says, you're like the version of you 2.0. Like, you'll just be yourself 2.0, right? You'll be doing all the things and it'll seem like you made these drastic changes, but you actually didn't, because they were small and gradual over time. Okay? So, number 1, build healthy habits. Number 2, take care of your well-being. When I talk about your well-being, I'm not just talking about your physical health. I'm talking about your mental health and just taking care of yourself, because how you feel dictates what you do, and what you do dictates how you feel. It is a cycle. So when you focus on feeling your absolute best mentally, you're going to actually you'll be more likely to take care of yourself physically. And this can mean different things for different people. So, for example, you taking care of your well-being, it might be practicing mindfulness, where somebody else, they might need to focus more on setting boundaries around their work, or limiting social obligations, or who they hang out with, or what they listen to, right? Making sure that they're constantly being in a supportive environment, it's going to be a really big game changer. So when you take care of your mental and emotional well-being, you're going to feel more confident and ready to tackle whatever gets thrown at you. You're going to, think about it. If we're emotionally drained and tired, we're not going to want to do the things that are good for our health, right? We're probably, it might lead to emotional eating. It might lead to skipping a workout. It might lead to feelings of guilt and shame, which can lead to the feed into the diet cycle. It can just mean we neglect the things that we said we were going to do. And I think at the root of it, it's just we're not going to feel very good. And if we don't feel very good, we're less likely to want to behave and act in ways that make us feel good. We tend to shoot ourselves in the foot when we are not taking care of ourselves mentally, and we tend to self-sabotage, and it's just a really vicious cycle. So if you focus on taking care of your well-being, and that, once again, going off of number 1, which is the smaller quote-unquote little things, please do not underestimate how 5 minutes of meditation in the morning can make a drastic difference. Taking one less thing off of your get-to-do list, huge difference. Deciding to relax on a Friday night rather than running around like a crazy person Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then you don't feel well rested come Monday. That's going to make a big difference. So whatever that is for you, maybe adding in a bubble bath once a week, maybe reading a book instead of watching TV, whatever it is that helps you take care of your well-being, do that thing. And then if you need to, build on it. All right. And then number 3, probably the most important one. And these are things that, remember, if you do this every single day, right? So if we can choose to ignore the harmful marketing messages and instead we focus on our own needs, our own values, we stay true to ourselves, we take care of our bodies in a way that feels sustainable, nourishing, and empowering in all seasons, we won't feel the need to have to get ready. We will stay ready, okay? So number 3 is the most important one that you need to remember in order to do this, which is that you need to remember that your body is unique. So although there's very generic ways in which we can take care of our well-being and build healthy habits, and even like the way that we feel and look and all the things, you need to remember that your body is unique. And there's no one-size-fits-all approach. And what works for some person may not work for another. So we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. So rather than comparing yourself to others or feeling pressure to conform to a certain ideal, I want you to focus on what feels good and healthy for you. Okay, that might mean simple things like eating more fruits and vegetables or indulging in your favorite treat once per week. But the most important thing is you need to listen to your body and treat it with care consistently. Talk to it talk to it nicely, treat it nicely, listen to it nicely, honor it nicely, all the things. Remember that your body is special and it's unique. And if you want to change it, cool, you can, but you don't have to in order to feel good in it. Okay? I'm going to record another episode probably soon, probably next week. I'm also going to write a post about it on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you definitely want to, at tips_with_Tony with an I. And this came to me when I was actually writing this post, and it's something I realized, and I was like writing this post and then speaking about the podcast, and this is something I definitely want to elaborate on. This came to me, it's this. How you feel about your body has nothing to do with how it looks and everything to do with how you choose to see it. Okay? How you feel about your body has nothing to do with how it looks and everything to do with how you choose to see it. I will be recording a podcast on this in the future. I'll be writing about it for social in the future. But I just want you to know that going back to number 3, being your body is unique, and how we get caught up in comparing it to others. All of that is a choice. How we feel about our body is not what it looks like, but it's how we choose to see it. Okay? I will elaborate that in the future episode, but I need you to hear that and to understand that. And to just bring it back to your body is unique, okay? So we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. So this summer, although it's not summer yet, but it's coming. I don't know when you're listening to this episode. Just remember, you don't have to get ready. You can stay ready if you focus on building healthy habits, if you focus on taking care of your well-being, and if you focus on honoring your unique body's needs. All right, let's approach this summer with a more positive and balanced mindset so that we can enjoy the incredible season of summer. There's so many things summer has that is available to us, that I love summer. There are longer days, the light's out later, the weather's obviously nicer. It's such a beautiful season. However, it doesn't have to be somewhat beautiful because we have these unnecessary stresses and pressures to look a certain way, right? You can enjoy this season and all it has to offer without that. All right. Lastly, if what I just shared really resonated with you, and I know, like I said, I'm going to record another podcast episode about this. But if you really want to go and dive deeper into how you feel about your body and really understanding that it's how you choose to see it and not so much what it looks like, and you just so happen to be in New York or want to travel to New York on Saturday, June 10th, then you need to probably be at our Body Image Healing Workshop. So this is going to be a very intimate setting. There's just going to be 10 women at my house in Lower Westchester, New York, and it's going to be a full day, Saturday, June 10th. And we are going to be engaging in a body image healing workshop. It's going to be pretty intense, but also really fun, very healing, and very transformational, mentally, physically, emotionally, all the above. You're definitely going to build a bond with the women in the room, build a bond with myself as well, and come out of there with a totally transformed view of how you choose to see yourself. It is really, it didn't even happen yet, but I know it's going to be incredibly powerful and incredibly special. And if you have any sort of interest or inkling or desire to want to be there, if anything I've shared with you today resonated, if you're really done with trying to get ready to be ready for all of the events and all of the things, and you just want to stay ready and feel good in all seasons, well, then I strongly encourage you to be there. So if you are interested, I want you to text Body Confidence to 914-219-6446. Again, text Body Confidence to 914-219-6446. We can go back and forth a little bit if there's any questions that you have, but I will invite you to a Zoom call because it's such an intimate setting and it is at my house. I just want to make sure that I have the right ladies in the room that are really going to gel, vibe, and I really want to make sure we're creating a safe space to share. So that little Zoom call is almost like a little mini interview, but more to get to know each other, just to make sure it's a good fit for this particular group of women. And if so, then I'll definitely invite you to join us for the Body Image Healing Workshop Saturday, June 10th. So I hope to see your text message. Remember, text Body Confidence to 914-219-6446. And if you enjoyed this episode and you think that it would be helpful, please share it with a friend, subscribe, do all the things to make sure that this message gets out there, because I think it is an incredibly valuable one. Thank you so much for listening. As always, this is Toni Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.